make a steak dinner Gina Young style. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Everybody's looking for that perfect recipe to make for their sweetie, their loved one. Here's what I'm going to show you how to make, and it's so quick and simple, and whoever you make it for, they're going to absolutely love their Valentine's Day. Okay, so I got a gorgeous steak here. Look at this steak. Okay, I have some beautiful potatoes that we're going to be baking, and we're going to be making a broccoli and cheese sauce. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make a delicious Valentine's Day meal anyone's going to love. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need your steak. Of course, you're going to need your potatoes. I got a nice fresh piece of garlic here. Nice sweet Vidalia onion. You're going to need some cheese. I'm using a yellow American cheese. You're going to need some butter. It can be salted or unsalted. I got some nice fresh broccoli here and some spices to bring everything together and make it taste good. We got salt, we got pepper, we got garlic and onion powder, and we got some parsley flakes for a garnish. If you want to incorporate mushrooms, you can. Make sure your hands are clean. I hope y'all are having a great day today. And if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. The first thing we're going to do, let's get started seasoning up our steak. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to get started seasoning up our steak. Don't be afraid to season your steak. If you're that person, you're afraid to season things, it won't have no flavor. So I'm going to go right in with this steak with some parsley flakes. That's going to give it a gorgeous color. You know, if you're making something for somebody for Valentine's Day, make it look gorgeous, right? Parsley will always do that to any recipe. I'm going in with a nice amount of onion powder on purpose, right? And then we're going to do that same thing with garlic powder, just like so. We're going to put some black pepper because you need that little bit of spice in the back of the palate, and we're going to put some salt. If you're that person that can't use salt, always say leave it out, right? So now we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to let these spices really seep down into this beautiful beef for about 20 minutes even before we cook it. There's one other seasoning that I want to incorporate and put onto our steak. This is the Sautéing seasoning pack, okay? It has a beautiful orange color, but it gives a great flavor to absolutely anything you put it on. Whether that's a stew, rice, steak, chicken, just get it on there. Gorgeous. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Now let's get started on our baked potato. These are absolutely huge. So if you're baking your potatoes in the oven, you're going to cover your potatoes with aluminum foil. But here's the process that I like to do so I get that nice crispy skin that tastes good. Because I don't know about y'all, but I eat the baked potato skin. So we're going to poke a couple holes in the top. We'll flip it over just like so. I'm cooking mine in the microwave because I don't want to wait an hour and a half for potatoes to get done, right? Next, we're going to oil our potatoes with your favorite oil. I'm using just the vegetable oil. This helps to get the skin nice and crispy like we want it. And then we're going to salt and pepper that skin to give it the flavor that we want. If you're cooking your potatoes in the microwave, you're going to turn them over half the way through the cooking process. But if you're baking them in the oven, just cover them with foil, do the same process, cook them for about an hour and a half. Go ahead, get that salt and pepper right onto them, just like this. I'm all excited. Is your stomach rumbling? Is your mouth watering? If so, I don't blame you. We have our meat marinating with the spice for at least 20 minutes to really let those seasonings seep down into the beef. We got our potatoes going, and now you can't listen. Here at the Young's house, you cannot have a steak without sauteed onions all over the top of it. And if you like mushrooms, you're going to incorporate mushrooms while you're cooking these onions, okay? So let's just give them a nice slice. And in this pan here, I got about maybe a tablespoon and a half of some sweet cream butter. Use whatever kind of butter you love. And I want to get like a nice golden brown color onto these onions, and I'm going to salt the onions. Believe it or not, when you salt the onions when they're sauteing, they get a more sweeter taste. Not salty, I meant to say sweeter taste, and that I absolutely love. So always salt the onions as they're sauteing, like towards the end of the cooking process. When I get some nice broccoli cooked up, I just have a small head of broccoli here, and I'm going to discard of these, stems. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of break them down, pull them apart, or cut them down into bite-sized pieces, kind of like this, okay? And over here in my pan, I have a tiny bit of water, okay? And it's really just going to help the broccoli to cook. Inside of the water where the broccoli goes, I'm going to put some butter And I'm also going to put some chicken bouillon powder to give this broccoli some great flavor. So now what we're going to be doing to this broccoli is we're going to turn it into like a broccoli cheese sauce that's going to get poured all over top of your baked potato. Absolutely we are. Go ahead and get this broccoli right into the pan with the butter and the chicken bouillon powder. I'm just going to use about a teaspoon of bouillon powder, okay? And I'm going to put this pan behind me on the larger stove. Go ahead and take a look at the onions. They're doing exactly what I want them to do. A tiny bit of salt. We're going to continue to let them cook for another 5 minutes. Let's take a peek in at our broccoli. Put that chicken bouillon powder in for great flavor on our broccoli. Put our steak into the pan with the oil. Eventually we'll add some butter. The butter's going to give flavor. The oil's going to help our steak to get nice and crispy, right? So now I'm going to take a fresh piece of garlic, not the kind that comes out the jar, and I'm going to kind of do like that. And what that does is it helps for the skin to come off. Otherwise, I always tell y'all, you'll be peeling for days trying to get the skin off. Leave it just like this. Put it right into the oil and let the oil get infused with that garlic flavor, right? So let's let this garlic cook for about 3 minutes and perfume the oil, so to speak. And then we're going to throw our steak in. At some point, this garlic will get really dark. Once it gets too dark, just go ahead and take it out, because basically we're just using it to flavor that oil. Go ahead and take this garlic out. It's done its job. Let's go ahead and get this lovely piece of steak right in. That sizzle right there, if you don't hear that sizzle, turn the heat up a little bit more. We're looking for a nice char. We want the inside to be soft, supple, and juicy. It's going to be flavorful because we seasoned it good. Let's go ahead and dress our potato, so to speak. Here's what I always like to tell everybody. If you're making somebody a baked potato, like show them some love. Don't do like the local steakhouses do, and they just put like a slit down the middle, and then they hand you butter and sour cream. Don't do that. Give them some love. And here's what I like to say. I will, once I split it open, we're going to do like this, and then we're going to kind of fluff up that lovely potato meat. How do you do it? I know I call it potato meat. I just kind of fluff it up like this so they don't have to fight with the potato, right? Lovely. And then we're going to slather this thing in butter, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Put some parsley flakes in there and make it look gorgeous, right? Absolutely. Now let me show you what I meant when I said fluff up the meat. You know, kind of bring it up, make it nice, gorgeous, and fluffy, just like this, to help your family and friends out when they're eating something that you made them. Like, somebody will appreciate you doing it. So now it's time to dress the potato. I'm putting a lot of butter in. I don't know how y'all do, but if I'm having a baked potato, I loads the thing with the butter. Like, it's a must. All right, so then I'm going to come in with the salt and pepper and garlic powder, parsley flakes on top. Oh yeah, look at this. Do it. I'll tell you one thing, that steak is smelling amazing. Got an onion right there. Get out of there. Okay, here we go. Pepper, parsley because it's gorgeous. Oh yeah. Garlic powder, salt if you can use it. If you can't, leave it out. It's okay. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm all excited. Here's where we're getting ready to have some fun. Throw you some butter in there. I've poured off most of the water, you know. And now we're going to put the yellow American cheese, as much or as least as you would like. I want this creamy. I want it dreamy. I want it saucy. So I'm going to put in about 5 to 6 pieces of cheese. Let's go ahead and take these onions out. They are cooked like to perfection. Are you kidding me? Yum, yum. If I had some mushrooms, I'd be putting mushrooms all over the steak. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside. We'll check in on our broccoli real quick, but I think I got the color that I'm looking for onto our steak. How's that look? Is it gorgeous? Yes! Be patient. Be patient with your steak. Never mush it down. Don't cut into it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. For actual Valentine's Day, this is the exact meal that I'm making, only I'm making a red velvet cake for dessert, and I'm going to include crab legs, and I'm going to make some garlic butter scallops to go with this. So I'm all excited. Yes, yes, like a surf and turf dinner. Cheese is turning into a lovely sauce. If you wanted to, you can put some milk in here. When I have a big batch of broccoli, I put a little tiny bit of milk, but since I got so little bit of broccoli today, we'll settle for the cheese and the butter. Look at this, y'all. I love how it gets saucy. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness. Here's how we finish the dish off. We're gonna take our onions. We had to reheat them. And we're gonna place them all over the steak. Oh yeah. Find out if your loved one wants some A1 sauce, because I sure do. Just a little bit. Don't overwhelm the situation, right? Just a little dab here and there. All right, come on. Are you freaking kidding me? Dinner is served. Look at this. I know. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today, we thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. You stay tuned because you're going to get that first taste. I'm all excited. I'm going right in. Like, I can't wait. The waiting has been long enough. Y'all.